So children, today we are going to discuss about modern periodic table. Modern periodic. If you see modern periodic table, children, okay. First, before seeing modern periodic table, we will discuss what is modern periodic law. What is modern periodic law? Modern periodic table is given by Moseley, children. Moseley. Modern periodic table is given by Moseley, and Moseley's periodic law or modern periodic law, anything is same, or long form of periodic table law, anything is same, children. What is the law? Yesterday in Mendeleev, I told the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic weight, I told. In the same way, modern periodic law states that the please keep copying, children, the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic number. Very important. Yesterday I was telling Mendeleev did that mistake only. He told atomic weight, but it is atomic number. It is atomic number. All the physical properties of the elements, all the chemical properties of elements depends upon atomic number. Then you will ask, why, sir? Why atomic number? Why means, children, atomic number means number of electrons. Atomic number means number of electrons. Okay. Normally, protons or electrons are atomic number. Electrons only involved in all chemical reactions except nuclear reactions. Remaining all reactions, electrons only involved. Okay, electrons only involved in chemical reactions. So chemical reactions will decide its properties. Chemical reaction will decide its properties. So indirectly I'm saying atomic number only will decide all the properties, because atomic number means number of electrons. Electrons only involved in chemical reactions. All the chemical reactions, electrons only will decide chemical reactions. So all the chemical properties and physical properties depends upon atomic number, not on mass number. I told you yesterday. According to your age, you are kept in 10th class, not according to your weight. I told you yesterday. Your age is 15 years, so you are kept in 10th class. Your age is 14 years, you are kept in 9th class. Not because you are 50 kg, you are kept in 10th class, 40 kg, you are kept in 9th class. Because the atomic number will decide the properties of the elements. Who told? Moseley told. And because of that, this became successful. And in fact, the long form of periodic table has made, and that is the long form of periodic table. One more question: why atomic number is important? They'll ask. You should write atomic number with number of electrons. In points, you should write electrons decide all chemical reactions. So the chemical properties depends upon chemical reactions. So atomic number decides the chemical reactions of the properties depends upon atomic number. You should say. Okay, children, you should write it like this one. Now, I hope everyone understood the law. The physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic number. Now, if you see long form of periodic table, children, characteristics. How many elements are there means how many elements will come, that many can be accommodated, children. That is different, because 94 are natural. After that, all are man-made elements only, artificial elements. So, how many groups are there is important. 18 groups are there, children. If you check the vertical rows are 18 are there. You please check, children. If you see 1 to 18, 18 vertical rows are there. And coming to periods, 7 periods are there, children. 7 periods are there. Horizontal rows are called periods. 7 are there. So down 2 are there. You may say 6th and 7th continuation down they have written. That's all. Down 2 things are not taken into consideration. 7 periods are only taken into consideration. Lanthanides and actinides are the continuation of 6th group and 7th group. 5th group and 6th group, children. Okay, now they are the continuation. 7th group is incomplete. Now coming to each period, if you see, children, you check all of it. First period, if you take first period, how many elements are there? Only 2 elements are there. What are they? Hydrogen and helium. Only 2 elements are there, children. You can see topmost. Okay, only 2. First period has only 2 elements. You should remember. Second period has how many elements? 8. Check, children. What are the elements? Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Third period, if you see, also 8 elements are there, children. Fourth period, if you see, fourth period, 18 are there. Please check, children. 18 are there. Fourth period. And fifth period also have 18 elements. Sixth period, how many elements are there, children? 18 plus down elements also you should take into consideration. Lanthanides and actinides, that is total 32, children. Total 32. 32 elements are there, because now lanthanides and actinides also you should take into consideration in 6th period. And 7th period is incomplete. Whatever new elements they keep on discovering, they will keep here, children. It is incomplete. Whatever new elements they will discover, and they will put in 7th period. It is incomplete. So children, you have to remember how many elements are there in each period. Means 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32. This number is very important, children. 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32. Okay, how many elements are there in each period? You should remember 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32. Okay, at least first, second, third periods compulsory you should remember. That's all, 100%. Because up to calcium you should be thorough with the elements. So 18 groups are there, children. Now in 18 groups also, children. Okay, if you see your table, it looks like this somewhat. It looks like this. If you see your table, it looks like this. Am I correct, children? You see, it looks like this. Okay, children. These are called S block elements. S block elements means in this what groups will come, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 will come. S block elements. These are called S block elements. And children, here, these are called P block elements. Children. These are called P block elements. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, this is sorry. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. These are called P block elements. These are called S block elements. And these are called D block elements. And these are called F block elements. Why they are called so? Means simple, children. All these elements, when you are writing configuration, the last electron enters into S orbital. Last electron enters into S orbital. Okay. And here, why they are called P block elements, children? What are the P block elements? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 are called. 13 to 18 are called P block elements. Why they are called P block elements? Because last electron enters into P orbital. Last electron enters into P orbital. Here last electron enters into F orbital. And here last electron, all these elements, last electron enters into D orbital. That's why they are called SPDF block elements. S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, middle, F block elements. Okay, children? And S and P block elements are famously called as representative elements. Representative. You have to write, children. All of you, please write in textbook or notebook somewhere. Please write down. I suggest better you write in page number 86 neatly all these things, children. In page number 86 only, you better write in textbook only directly, so that it will be there forever. In notes, if you write somewhere, you will throw, and again you will not have anything to revise during examinations. S and P block elements are called representative elements, and middle D block elements are called transition elements. Transition, because they show lot of transition in their properties. All that you will study in the second year. And F block elements are called inner transition elements. Inner transition elements. These are called inner transition elements. And here also upper element is called actinides. Actinides. Sorry. First one are called lanthanides. Why? Means it starts with lanthanum, and down one are called actinides because it starts with actinium. Lanthanum and actinium. It starts with lanthanum, that's why they are called lanthanides. It starts with actinium, that's why it's called actinides. Okay, children? These are naming. All are naming. So S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, F block elements. S and P are called representative elements. I hope you are writing. D block elements are called transition elements. F block elements are called inner transition elements. Down to elements are called inner transition elements have two categories. So first one are called lanthanides, second one are called actinides, because it starts with lanthanum, it starts with actinium. Where is lanthanum? Means in you see in 6th period it will be there, children. 57 atomic number lanthanum. Where is actinium? Means you see, children, in 6th period only. Where is actinium, children? In 7th period it is there. 89. Actinium 89, like that, children. All of you kindly copy down. So S block and P block are called representative elements. D block elements are called transition elements. F block elements are called inner transition elements. F block elements has two categories: lanthanides and actinides. Lanthanide starts with lanthanum. Actinide starts with actinium. Okay, children. Apart from this, the most important topics, what I want to say is, so children, till now, what did I say? Till now, what did I say? I told about law. Then I told 18 groups are there. Then I told 7 periods are there. I said 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32 elements are there. Then I said S, P, D, F blocks are there. S and P I said representative elements. D block transition. F block inner transition. Inner transition has lanthanides and actinides. I told. That's all I told till now. Now, children, apart from this, you have to remember some groups. First group, second group, 17th group, 18th group. For examination point of view, these groups you have to remember. Okay, children. On the first group, all of you write down. First group, all of you write down. First group name is alkali metals. First group elements are called alkali metals. You should remember their name. Why first group elements are called alkali metals? Many times in board exam they are asking this question. Why first group elements are called alkali metals? Children, first group means they have one electron, children, outermost shell. That's why they are called first group. That's all. Simple logic. Second group elements means outermost they have two electrons. That's why second group. When you keep writing, you will understand, children. I will show that in different aspect. First, you remember names. First group elements are called alkali metals. Means why means lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Francium is radioactive. Many times we won't transfer. So why they are called alkali metals means they form because they form water soluble bases. First group elements are called alkalis. Why means because they form water. Bases are called alkalis. Bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. Bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. So first group elements are soluble in water. That's why they are called alkali metals. What is the common name of first group? They'll ask. You should say alkali metals. Please write down there. Now, children, second group. Second group elements are called alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals. What are alkaline earth metals? Means they also form alkalis. They also form alkalis, and most of them are found in earth crust. When you dig earth, in earth crust, they are found these elements. What are the elements, children? Second group elements: beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. These most of the elements are found in earth crust. That's why they are called alkaline earth metals. I hope you people are copying, children. Names they will ask. What is the first group element? Alkali metals. Why? They form water soluble bases. And example: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. If you learn the elements first, second, 17th, 14th, 18th, it's very good, children. Okay. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Second group elements are called alkaline metals. Why? Because they form water soluble bases and also found in earth crust. And what are the elements? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. Radium is a radioactive metal. Now coming to 17th group, children. What are the 17th group elements are called? 17th group elements are called halogens. Why they are called halogens? Because these salts are found in sea. These salts are found in seawater. These salts are found in seawater. That's why they are called halogens. Why they are called halogens, children? Because these salts are found in seawater. They are called halogens. And what are the elements, children? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine, AT, children. Astatine, AT. Of course, it's radioactive metal, so we won't consider. But remember, at least fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. We should remember. Okay, children. And last one, last but not least, the most important, noble gases. 18th group element are called noble gases. Okay, children. 18th group element are called noble gases. Why they are called noble gases? So many times in examination they are asking. Why they were called noble gases? I'll give three reasons. You should write that three reasons. First of all, know what are the noble gases. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Noble gases. Highly stable elements, children. Highly stable elements. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Radon, R-A-D-A-N. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Why they are called noble gases? So many times in board exam they are asking. Three reasons you should write, children. Because they have completely filled outermost shell electrons. They are called octet. They have completely filled outermost shells. Compulsory should get. All are octet except, all are octet except, anyone? All are octet except
Helium.
helium, which is a duplet, children, which is a duplet. All are octet except helium, which is a duplet. Means outermost it has only 2 electrons. Remaining all elements have 8 electrons. All elements have outermost 8 electrons except helium, which has 2 electrons. Even then, it is highly stable. Number one, you should write all of them have octet configuration. Octet configuration means what? They have completely filled outermost shells. Octet configuration, completely filled outermost shell, and they are highly stable. Highly stable. Highly stable means what? Do not react with other elements. Why they do not react with other elements? Because valency is zero. If valency is zero and outermost shell is completely filled, why will they react, children? They won't react. They are very stable, noble, inert, highly stable and inert. Why they are highly stable and inert? Because they have completely filled outermost shells. Because therefore their valency is becoming zero. When valency is zero, they won't react with any other elements. Because what is valency? Combining capacity of an element is called valency. They don't combine with any other elements. They don't need to combine also. Why do elements combine ionic bond, covalent bond, and coordinate covalent bond and metallic bonds? Why? To attain stability. They need not attain stability because they are already stable. They need not to attain stability, children. They are already stable. That's why they are. So these three reasons you should write in exam. Many times they're asking in board exam why 18th group elements are called noble gases. So you should write they have octet configuration, completely filled outermost shells. They're highly stable and inert. They do not react with other elements because valency is zero. Okay. If you want in the brackets, you can write except helium, which is duplet. These three reasons only you should write. Whatever you want, you can't write, children. I want these three reasons only as it is. You should write in the exam if they ask. Okay, children. These are the major contributions of long form of periodic table, children. Apart from this, 15th group elements are called nicogens, 16th group elements are called chalcogens, 13th group and 14th group, many of them are metalloids. All those things are there, but for examination point of view, this is important. Okay, children. 15th group elements are called nicogens. 16th group elements are called chalcogens, but they are not important, children. Just to remember that's all if you want. And 13th and 14th group elements are called metalloids. Many of them pinky metals. If you can see pink color, they are metalloids, children. What are the metalloids? Which has properties of metals and non-metals. But you remember this one, children. Again, I will discuss them. Don't worry. First, you have to remember law. 18 groups, 7 periods. How 7 periods are there? First period, 2 elements, 8 elements, 8 elements, 18 elements, 18 elements, 32 elements, incomplete. SPDF, SP are called representative elements, D block elements are called transition, A block elements are called inner transition. Inner transition is lanthanide and actinides. And first group elements are called alkali metals, second group elements are called alkaline earth metals, 17th group elements are called halogens, and 18th group elements are called noble gases. Why they are called noble gases? Because they have octet configuration, highly stable, do not react. Please, you have to learn. If ever I ask modern form of periodic table in exam, you should write all these points in exam. 5 marks, children. You should write all these points in exam. Okay, children. If you have any doubt now, you please ask me.